So we got our first official full-length trailer for Zach Cregger's new horror film, Weapons. This is the guy that did Barbarian, which I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
This is my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year.
From my understanding is that there's a lot of like insiders with, Hollywood insiders, if you will, that are talking about how this is going to end up being another solid win and be one of those movies that shakes things up. Um, I'm just honestly, interestingly enough, I think that one, it looks good. It looks very intriguing, very mysterious. I love that. The marketing so far has been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
This trailer, this full trailer, though, looks so weird. It's wonderful because there's so many questions. We have so many questions down to what's happening with these kids. There's one boy who shows up in the classroom and it's like saved as the thumbnail
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. If you go and look for the trailer, the boy looks like a clown.
I just keep hearing it's like the movie is multiple storylines. I've heard also it's multiple time periods. Barbarian did this too. It was one movie, and then
Hmm.
there's a point
A
where it
180.
completely shifts.
Yeah.
And I know people that didn't work for them. They didn't like it. I love the twist.
I do wonder if this is going to end up changing, and I know we talked about this before, but elevated horror. This does seem like, I will say, this is, to me, it seems as if with Zach's structure, this seems more elevated than what we've received. This, I would argue, could end up being that because when you end up having a script, and we always, without getting into the old boring discussion of how, scripts normally work or movies work, this structure, it's kind of building blocks kind of act one, two, and three, follows this, and it's kind of like this straight line upward or forward. His is kind of like you go in one direction and it's almost paused,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have something else happening at the same time, and then let's go ahead and intersect that.
I love the idea, and I hope it's true of different time frames because Barbarian does do that. Not only are there two
Yeah,
stories that come together, but we also go back in time to see what started this whole thing
that's right.
and
That we,
how that all comes literally three different things coming together.
yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me that this is something that will span time. And I read decades. I don't know. I who
Hmm.
knows?
That and also think it sets it up down the road. Play the long game. Don't
Mm-hmm.
give that to us right now. But if we end up having a long game of where we can stretch this out and maybe like sprinkle in either hints of like movies down the road, and it's like, remember when those kids went missing? It's like, oh, that's a really cool Easter egg. Or we can end up having character crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
Shyamalan has done that most recently, I think. But when we end up having something like this, I love that idea, that cinematic universe, but not connecting them in that Marvel way of like, okay, now this and then this, and have it where it's kind of mixed in. It's like a salad, and every now and then you end up mixing it up and having a little bit of this and that. Um,
Really
I
only
do,
if you're paying attention. But if you miss it,
yeah,
doesn't matter.
I will say this is, you mentioned this being your most anticipated movie of the year. I will say this is my most anticipated horror movie
Mm-hmm.
or thriller of the year, hands down, as of right now. It's tough for me to say that right now that this is my most anticipated movie of the year because there are some pretty solid movies, but it's definitely in the top five and it could go up as we like the more I'm able to soak and think about this, soak in the idea and think about it, it could go up for me. But nonetheless, right now, Chef's Kiss to it looking amazing.